Step number 4 is to cycle your carbs. So when you're trying to lower carbohydrates, that doesn't mean that you can't eat any, but you really want to have these long windows of time where you're not bringing in many carbohydrates so that insulin has a chance to come down. Remember, it takes insulin a lot longer to come down than it does our blood sugar. So think about this. When you go to bed, as you sleep, you're not eating any carbohydrates. This is a great time to allow insulin to come down to that good zone where you're able to burn stored fat for fuel. So in the morning, when you go to have breakfast, if you keep that very low carb and don't really eat any carbs for breakfast, you're extending that window of time. Maybe when you get really good at this, you can even extend it into lunch and not really eat many carbs there either, and maybe you just eat them at dinner. Or you can put your carbs early in the day and do what we call a 3 p.m. carb cutoff, where after 3 o'clock, the only carbs you're consuming are from green vegetables. So you're just eating green vegetables, proteins, and some fat. And you're leaving out the carbs, which makes that window when insulin can come down start a lot earlier. So you just want to put that window either at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, so you're extending that sleeping window where insulin had the ability to come down. Step number 5 is to eat real nutrient-rich foods. When you can remove all these processed foods that are just filled with carbohydrates and sugars and processed junk that your body doesn't really know what to do with, and you can bring in real nutrients that your body can use, this can change the whole game. Did you know that that's why we eat food? The body doesn't want food, it wants the nutrients in that food. So it's not looking for a toaster pastry, it's looking for vitamins and minerals and amino acids and dietary fats. That's what the body's looking for. So when you're giving it all this processed junk that just includes red dye number 75, you're not really giving the body what it needs, and it's going to scream for more stuff. When you can give your body real nutrients, all of a sudden it's going to be satiated, and you're not going to need snacks all the time, and you're really going to be able to bring your carbohydrate levels down. When you're looking at eating more real food, you can also change the type of carbohydrates you're consuming. Instead of bringing in this bread and pasta and rice and all this other processed junk, you can eat things like sweet potatoes or yams or butternut squash or Brussels sprouts. All of those contain real carbohydrates that can give you the carbs that you need to function and to feel satiated without creating such a huge spike in blood sugar. It's also going to create the huge spike in insulin. So we call these medium carb foods. And when you're going to eat your carbohydrates, if you can eat these medium carb foods, then you allow insulin to come down a lot faster and get back into that fat burning zone a lot sooner.